Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
So let's start seated, but before we perhaps shut the eyes down and come into our breath, I have had the pleasure of attending a couple of events now where there's been a monk speaking as part of the event. And the last one that I went to, it was a lady monk, and she talked about her journey. But, one thing that stood out was that she talked about and she used the phrase that she felt that her calling in life was simply just to cherish others, and not simply just, because that's a massive thing. And that really resonated with me when she shared her explanation of what that was. And, monks are known for their kindness and their service. And she talked about cherishing others even in the difficult times, is to cherish everyone that comes across your path and to help them. And no matter how they react to you, whether they want your help or whether they acknowledge your acts of service, is to cherish them anyway. And if they turn away your help or they turn away your cherishing, as it were, was that the least we can then do from that is to not cause them any harm. So to cut a long story short, as I was chatting with her a little more, she, I said, how do you do that? How do you do that to people that, because we've all got those people that we probably don't like to cherish, if we're honest. You probably have a visual of some come through your mind. And she said the key to cherishing everyone that comes across your path is to cherish yourself first, and to cherish all aspects, not of just yourself, but of your whole life, the good, the bad, the challenging, the joyful, is just to cherish life itself. And from that base, you can then cherish the whole of humanity. So I'm still learning. So as we practice today, let's just shut the eyes down or take that little gaze in front of us and come into our breath first before we come into contemplation. So let's use our breath to start off the contemplation. So again, just exploring your breath cycle, noticing whether you can breathe a little slower, a little deeper. And just notice the breath enter and notice the breath leave. What does cherish actually mean? Take that a little further. The definition in one of the dictionaries is to care for deeply, to treasure. So take a moment, as you're still perhaps slowing down your breath cycle and being curious about that, is to take a little view of your life. Start off with the things that are easy to cherish in your life. And then ask yourself the question, can you savour and cherish all aspects of your life, whatever they are, as well as all aspects of yourself? Let the breath just enter and let the breath just leave. Pay particular attention to the shoulders and the neck area and notice if there's any tension there. Let's take 3 breaths together, inhaling in through the nose. You can either exhale out through the nose or just open the mouth and let out a sigh. A couple more like that, breathing in, letting the breath go. And one more, inhaling in, exhaling out. Keeping the eyes shut, give the shoulders a really big shrug up to the ears, so like you're really tensing everything up, And as you exhale, take a rotation backwards. So rolling the shoulders back and then all the way around. On the inhale, tense the shoulders up, shrug them up to the ears again. And on the exhale, the same way, the rotation backwards. One more, breathing in. And then let the breath go. Let the shoulders just land softly. Widen the collarbones, lift up through the crown of the head. Open the eyes if they're shut and just blink a few times, almost like you're just gently letting the light filter in. On the breath in, reach up with the arms. Feel that stretch in the upper body. And on the breath out, palms facing down, you're using your own body resistance just to bring the hands back down by your side. Inhale, the palms are still facing down as you rise all the way up. Get that extension in the spine. Good. Exhale, pushing all the way down. Let's do one more. Breathing in to rise all the way up. And breathing out all the way down. Keep the right hand grounded. Breathe the left arm up. Take a big breath in to reach up first. And as you exhale, over to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over to the right again. Bend that right elbow perhaps. One more. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to take the stretch. Inhale, that left arm comes up. The right arm comes to meet it. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands to your heart space. Peel the arms back on the breath in and then reach up. The gaze can follow or keep it neutral. Exhale, firm pressure in the palms as you bring it all the way to your heart space. One more. Keep the jawline soft as you reach out and up. And then all the way back to your heart space. This time the left hand grounds beside you. The right arm reaches up. Create length first. And then on the exhale, taking the stretch over to the left. Inhale to reach up again. Exhale over to the left, bending the left elbow perhaps. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Inhale, that right arm comes up, the left arm comes to meet it. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, left hand in front, right hand behind. Lengthening first, keeping everything nice and gentle and soft as you twist over that right shoulder. Inhale to breathe in. Exhale, perhaps twisting a little bit more or just keeping it as it is. Bring everything back to center, reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, place the hands behind you. Soften through the shoulders and widen through the collarbone. Take a big breath in as you start to open the heart, perhaps peeling the shoulders back. And as you exhale, come back to neutral and float the arms in front of you as you round the back. Inhale, this time peel the arms open, peel the shoulders open the heart a little bit more, the gaze can go up. And as you exhale, rounding down, really rounding that back, bringing the hands in front. We're doing one more. Inhale to peel everything open. Exhale, rounding down. This time, float the arms all the way up, perhaps a gentle back bend. And as you exhale, right hand in front, left hand behind. Inhaling first to lengthen, exhaling to twist and gaze over that left shoulder. One more breath, breathing in, and perhaps twisting a little bit more on the exhale. Bring everything back round to center. Interlace the fingertips, place the palms facing downwards. Bring the elbows nice and high as though the palms are just under your chin. Inhale, bring the arms just to maybe even tap the chin. And on the exhale, pushing away and rounding the back. Reaching up, the arms can just go straight up or you can add a gentle back bend. And as you exhale, spread the arms out all the way behind you, interlacing the fingertips. Take a breath in again as you take the back bend, peeling the heart open. And as you breathe out, really reach forward, but ground with the sit bones as you interlace the fingertips in front of you and then guide everything back to the belly, Palms facing down, elbows wide. Inhale, they come up to the chin. Beautiful. Exhale to push away. Breathing in, reaching up and over, perhaps a back bend. And breathing out to the sides first. Clasp the fingertips behind you as you squeeze the shoulder blades and gaze up. And as you exhale, reaching forward. Bring your hands to your heart space. Sit up nice and tall. You can either keep the gaze low or shut the eyes. Let's set an intention for our practice or our day or even the rest of our week. It might simply be just the philosophy of the class is to cherish everything, to cherish life. Can you be grateful for every second of the day? And really realize just how precious your life really is. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Let the breath go. Whichever transition's easier, come onto all fours, either placing the hands and rolling over the ankles or just swinging the ankles to the side. Let's get a gauge of how the hips are feeling. So rocking the hips from side to side, making sure that the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Just take a moment even just to cherish the inhale in and the exhale out. Simply just to breathe and pay attention to that breath. Can you relish the charms of simply just being present to your own inhale in and exhale out? Can you be happy in the moment and know that simply that's enough? Once you've done one more rock from side to side, just come back to a neutral posture. Dig the toes in, push out through the arches of the feet. Feel that stretch without tensing the shoulders up. You can keep on your toes or you can flatten off the feet, your choice. On the breath in, push the waist back as the gaze goes up. And on the breath out, coming into rounding the back as you ripple the spine upwards on the exhale. Let's do a few more of those. Breathing in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. Keep grounded with the palms. And as you breathe out, really rounding and arching. Let's do two more in your own breath cycle. Inhaling in and exhaling out. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Coming back to a neutral spine, softening the gaze down onto the mat. Be mindful not to tense the shoulders up as you extend that right leg behind you. Take a big breath in and just drop it down on its toes without sliding it back wherever the foot's landed. Imagine those right toes pushing the mat backwards, the finger mounds pushing the mat forwards. Feel that stretch down the calf of that right leg. Take a breath in. Let the breath go. And then when you're ready, inhale the right leg back up just at hip height, pushing out through the sole of the foot. And if you're wanting a balance, the left arm comes in front. Make sure that core's engaged. Good. Soften the gaze down onto the mat. Take the strain off that right palm by pushing the mat away with the right hand. Hold it here for another breath in. Let the breath go. And then dropping everything back down. Just release that right palm. Maybe make some wrist twirls one way and then the other way. And then drop the palm back down on the mat as you walk both finger mounds to the edges of the mat and drop into puppy pose. So really pushing the chest down and the hips up towards the ceiling. Feeling that stretch of the spine deepen a little bit more. Keeping the breath flowing. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. Can you pay attention to even just the ordinary, somewhat mundane things of your life and cherish each of those? Often in the blink of an eye, everything can change. Push the chest down a little bit more. If you're wanting that stretch in the upper back, turn the eye gaze to the front of the mat or just keep the eye gaze down. One more breath here. Let's gently walk the hands all the way back, coming back onto all fours. Take one more cat-cow curl here in your own breath. Inhaling in, and then simply just letting the breath go. Coming back to a neutral spine, left leg extends behind you, just at hip height. Get steady first before you land the left foot down on the mat, just on the toes, pushing out through the sole of that left foot. Imagine the finger mounds pushing the mat forward. Try not to let the shoulders tense up at all. Keep the gaze low. Feel the stretch down the left calf. Hold it for another breath. And then when you're ready, left leg extends, again keeping it at hip height, pushing out through the sole, bringing that right palm forward at shoulder height if you're wanting the balance, or just keeping both palms on the ground if that's enough. This time pushing the mat away with that left palm so you're not dumping into the wrist. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. One more breath. And then dropping everything down onto the mat. Just release the left hand, give the wrist a few little twirls one way and then the other way. And then dropping the hands down on the mat, come onto the finger mounds, stick the toes in and walk the hands back towards the knees. On the inhale, rising up, either bring the arms straight up or take a back bend. And as you exhale, push the body forward and float the arms back. Deep breaths. Inhale to reach up and over, perhaps deepening the back bend. Exhale. Body forward as the arms float back. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands to your heart space. Take another inhale, your choice here. As you exhale, you can either keep the body upright and twist over to the right. If you're wanting a deeper twist, land the hips down on the heels, lean forward and hook the left knee over that left elbow, over the right thigh, as you gaze over the right shoulder. So you can either go deeper into the twist or keep it a bit more upright, you choose. Soften the jaw, keep the breath flowing, hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then come out of your twist, bringing the hands back through center, reaching the arms up and over. And as you exhale, over to the other side, again, either keeping upright, twisting to the left, or landing the hips on the heel, right elbow over left thigh as you gaze over the left shoulder. Good. Know that you're breathing in. Know that you're breathing out. One more breath. Bring everything back to center. Rise up. Breathe the arms up. Split the palms away from each other. As you exhale, right palm to right heel, either gazing over the right shoulder or keeping the gaze neutral. Inhale, you're reaching up again. Exhale, the other side. One more on each side. Breathing in to reach up. Breathing out to take the gentle twist. Inhale to reach up. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, take a swan dive down onto your mat, either downward facing dog or puppy pose. So you can either create the finger mounds to the edges of the mat, dropping the chest down. If you're wanting a deeper stretch of the spine, plant the hands down, lift the hips up. You decide what you need today. And then we're going to stay in whether you're in puppy pose or downward facing dog for 3 to 4 rounds of breath, just noticing how that body's feeling, noticing how you're showing up today, remembering your intention. Can you cherish the whole of your life, not just breathing it in, but inhaling and savouring each breath, exhaling fully to inhale that next moment of your life. Time is fleeting. Says one of the deities says that the problem is we think we have time and often we waste it. The key is to cherish each and every moment of the time that we have. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for anyone. One more breath here. If you're in downward facing dog, just drop the knees down. If you're in puppy pose, walk the hands back. Come back onto all fours position. We'll take one cat-cow curl here, inhaling in and exhaling out. Coming back to a neutral spine, extend that right leg behind you. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, we're landing it all the way through. Use your hands to help if you need to. Widen through the collarbones. Focus your eye gaze. On the inhale, the arms reach all the way up. On the exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. On the inhale, peel the shoulders back, open the heart, ground with the feet. And on the exhale, reaching forward as the body comes over the knee and the arms come forward. Inhale, you're rising up again. Exhale to your heart space. Inhale, peel the shoulders back, open the heart. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to your heart space. One more round. Breathing in, peel the shoulders back, open the heart, the gaze can go up. Exhale, arms out in front. Breathing in, reaching up. Use the strength in your legs to keep you stable. And as you exhale, everything comes to your heart space. This time, reach the arms up, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, come down and frame that front foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot, lift the leg up, angle the foot to give you stability, and once you're stable, windmill up to warrior two. Softness in the shoulders, beautiful. Grounding with the feet. Notice how the body's feeling. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice how the mind's feeling. Inhale, straighten the legs as the arms reach up. Exhale, down to your heart space. Let's open back up to warrior two. Breathing in, reversing the warrior. And breathing out, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs, the arms reach up. Exhale to your heart space. Lunge with the right knee as you open up to warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale back through to warrior two. One more round. Breathing in to reach up. Breathing out to your heart space. Remember your truth. Opening up. Inhale to reverse. Exhale. Warrior two. Let that front forearm rest on the front thigh as you bring the back arm all the way up and over, feeling the stretch down the left side. Just angle the neck or keep the eye gaze in a way where there's no straining in the neck. Might be down at your mat or to the front of the mat. Really ground with the feet. If you're wanting core, you can release that bottom arm. If that's too strong, just keep a light resting on the front thigh. Hold it for a breath in. Let the breath go. Push down first and use that strength to come all the way back up to warrior two. Straightening the front leg. Reach forward with the right palm. The left hip pushes back. Once you've reached that limit, drop the right arm towards the mat as the left arm comes up for triangle pose. Hand doesn't have to reach the ground. It can hit a part of your leg. Try not to crush the shoulders. One more breath. And then push down again as you come back through to warrior two. Bring the back hand to meet the front hand. Reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, come down and frame that front foot. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, we're stepping forward and hanging in ragdoll once you get there. Just let the upper body hang heavy. The knees can have a bend if there's any tension in the lower back. Perhaps a gentle rock from side to side. Ask yourself a question as you're in ragdoll pose. Are you truly living every moment of your life, like really living it, really cherishing and savouring each moment? Or are you just existing? Are you only living the moments that are exciting and happy and joyful? Are you cherishing even the lessons learnt in some of the difficult moments? On the inhale, come into a halfway lift, widen through the collarbones, flatten the back. On the exhale, a forward fold as you empty the breath. Breathing in, rising all the way up. Take a big breath in, the palms meet at the top. And as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. Empty the breath completely. Inhale to reach up and over, perhaps a gentle back bend here. And as you exhale, down to your mat as you empty the breath. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. A forward fold as you empty the breath. Breathing in, let's rise up again. Ground with your feet as the arms reach up tall. And as you exhale, bring everything to your heart space, emptying the breath completely. Good, ladies. Inhale, either deepen the back bend or just shoot the arms straight up. And as you exhale, down towards the mat. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And as you exhale, place the hands on the mat. Let the knees just softly follow. And once you're there, take 3 cat-cow curls in your own breath cycle, really pushing that waist back on the inhale, rounding and arching the back on the exhale. Doing a couple more in your own breath, taking your time, being curious about whether you actually cherish yourself. Do you treasure yourself, as the definition says? Do you deeply value who you are? Once you finish your 2 cat-cow curls, drop the gaze down, extend the left leg behind you, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, you're bringing it all the way through. Focus that eye gaze, get stable in the feet first. Once you feel stable, you're breathing the arms all the way back up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, lunge with the left knee as the hands come to your heart space. Inhale, peel the shoulders back. The gaze can go up or just keep it neutral. As you exhale, bring the arms in front of you. Inhale to reach up, to grow tall. Exhale to your heart space as you lunge with the left knee. Inhale, peeling the shoulders back. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale to reach up. Exhale all the way back to your heart space. One more round. Breathing in, opening everything up. Breathing out, reaching forward. Breathing in, reaching up. And then back to your heart center. On the breath in, reach the arms up again. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, come down and frame that front foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot, lift the leg up, get stable first before you windmill up to warrior 2. Adjust the feet as you need to. Soften through the shoulders. This time that left knee is in a lunge, the back leg is giving you stability. Inhale, the arms reach up, the front leg straightens. Exhale to your heart space, warrior 2. Inhale, we reverse, reaching up and over. Exhale, back through to warrior 2. Breathing in, let's lengthen and reach up. Breathing out to your heart space and then opening the arms up. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. One more. Breathing in, let's flow with the breath. Breathing out to your heart space, opening the arms. Breathing in, we're reversing the warrior. And breathing out, landing everything back softly to warrior 2. Keep the feet grounded as you drop that left forearm on the front thigh, reaching up and over with the back arm, getting into the right side of the body. Again, angling the eye gaze or angling the neck so there's no tension. If you're wanting the core, you release that bottom arm. Otherwise, keep the hands on that front thigh. Really reach up and over with that top arm so you're getting that lateral stretch. One more breath. Keep the breath nice and fluid. Push down first. Use your core and your leg strength to come back through to warrior 2. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and as you exhale, a big letting go sigh as you land them down softly. One more like that. Breathing in. Let the breath go. This time you're straightening that left leg, reaching forward with the left arm. The right hip pushes back. Once you feel that resistance, come into triangle on the other side. Imagine the shoulders stacking on top of each other. And if that tailbone is pushing out, just push it back in. Imagine yourself in between two panes of glass. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the facial features soft. Feel the strength in your legs. One more breath. Push down first to come back up. Back through to warrior two. The back hand comes to meet the front hand. The arms reach all the way up. As you exhale, coming down to frame that front foot, pivoting on the ball of the back foot and using that to launch you forward back into ragdoll. Take a few breaths here. You can either interlace opposite palms to opposite elbows or just let the arms hang down. Let the head dangle down. You can sway from side to side, give the head a little shake, yes and no. Savor your existence. That's cherishing who you are, savoring everything about you, living every moment, almost like you're not wasting a single breath. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. And that's the crux of mindfulness, is to learn how to be so present that you savor each and every moment, whether you enjoy it or not. One more breath. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, a forward fold. This time on the inhale, ground with the feet. Let's come up nice and slowly, like you're just stacking the backbones on top of each other, grounding with the feet, peeling the shoulders all the way back, and just standing up nice and tall, lifting up through the crown of the head. Take a breath in here and just let the breath go. One more like that. Inhaling, exhaling to stand tall and softly. Breathe the arms up. Perhaps make a pistol grip at the top. Pull up from the waist. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, float over to the right. Keep the arms straight, equal weight in the feet. We're just getting into that side body again. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale over to the other side. One more on each side. Breathing in to reach up. Breathing out to take the stretch. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, the hands come up. As you exhale, bring everything down to your heart space. Widen the feet. You might want to come side on or just on either side of the mat. And then just turn the heels in so there's a little bend in the knees. Just take a gentle rock from side to side. Hands can be at your heart space or you can drop them down by your side. And it's almost like you're rocking onto one heel, bending one knee, coming back through center, rocking onto the other heel, bending the opposite knee. Try to keep length through the spine, so tailbone and crown of head are in a straight line. Just noticing how the hip flexors are feeling, how the legs are feeling. Perhaps doing one more on each side and then just grounding the feet. Widening through the collarbones, focusing your gaze. Sweep the arms all the way up, lengthen through the legs, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, cactus arms as you sink down with the tailbone. So peeling the shoulders back, imagine the shoulder blades are squeezing together. Tailbone's heavy, gaze can be up or neutral. Use your leg strength and your core to push yourself all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, sinking down again. Good, let's do one more. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, tailbone heavy, sinking down, squeezing the shoulder blade. Inhale to reach up. And this time as you exhale, place the hands down on either thigh, bending the knees into a squat. Softness through the shoulders. Stand tall with the upper body first, so try not to crowd the body forward. Take a deep breath in. Let the breath go. Sink down a little bit lower, perhaps. Good, ladies. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, push the right shoulder forward as you twist and gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, coming back through to center. Exhale over to the other side. One more on each side. Breathing in, push yourself up. Breathing out, pushing forward, perhaps sinking down a little bit lower. Inhale, coming back through to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, come back through to center. Take a breath in, let the breath go. On your next inhale, straightening the legs. And just pigeon-toeing the feet back to hip width distance to the front of the mat. Take a gentle rock backwards and forwards. Notice if the breath is quickened and then start to slow it down a little. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. And then gently just land the feet back down onto the mat. Bring the hands to your heart space as you focus your eye gaze on one spot. Come into a little balance, so grounding with the left foot, just releasing that right knee up, either placing it below or above the left knee, or into the left hip socket if you're wanting a deeper stretch, or simple grounding. Keep that eye gaze softly focused. Imagine the collarbones widening and you're lifting up through the crown of the head, although you're pushing down with that left foot. Beautiful. If you want a little extension of the spine, just bring the arms all the way above the head as you reach up. If not, just keep them to your heart space. Holding it here for a breath in, let the breath go. And as you gently bring the hands back down to your heart space, releasing that right knee all the way back up for a gentle balance. And as you exhale, bringing the two big toes together. Interlace the fingertips, push the palms up, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, squeezing the knees and the thighs as you gently soften the lower half of the body into seated chair and reach forward and gaze down. Inhale to reach up, perhaps a back bend, bringing the hands over the crown of the head. And as you exhale, sinking down, tailbone heavy, perhaps a little lower. Let's do one more together. Breathing in, deepening the back bend or just shooting the arms straight up. And then breathing out as you sink down. Inhale, let's reach all the way up again. As you exhale, back to your center of truth, your heart space. Hands at your heart space, softening the shoulders, focusing the eye gaze as you take tree pose on the other side. So grounding with the right foot, left knee comes up. Get steady first before you place the foot either below or above, or simple grounding. What does your body need? Can you savor the breath in the pose? Can you cherish your body and its capabilities? And even if the mind's distracted or has drifted off, can you cherish that by simply noticing? Start to breathe the arms up if you're wanting that extension in the spine, or just keep the hands to your heart space. Beautiful. Grounding with the right foot, reaching up with the hands. One more breath, inhale. And as you exhale, bringing the hands to your heart space as you release the left knee. And as you exhale, bring the two big toes together again. Grounding with the feet. Let the hands just drop down by your side. Interlace the fingertips behind you. And squeeze the shoulder blades as you just take a back bend. Gaze is up like a standing cobra. Take a breath in, let the breath go. And then inhale back to a neutral spine. Release the hands down by your side. Float them behind you. On the inhale, reach them all the way up. And on the exhale, moving seated chair as you float the hands to the right and softly bend the knees. Your eye gaze is following your fingertips. Breathing in to reach all the way up. Good. Breathing out over to the other side. Just slow things down. One more on each side. Inhale to reach up and over. Exhale to sink down and float the arms to the side. Breathing in to reach up and over. And breathing out over to the other side. Inhale, the arms reach all the way up. And as you exhale, a swan dive down to your mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And as you exhale, place the hands on the mat. Let's bring the knees wide, the toes together as you drop into child's pose. If the shoulders are particularly tight, just bring the arms down by your heels. Or stretch them out in front of you, feeling the stretch in the arms and the upper body. Let the head rest on something. Know that each and every one of our lives is full of the most natural, amazing flavors. Maybe we need to open our eyes and take a moment just to savor them. Sometimes the busyness robs us of the gifts that are right in front of us. And perhaps in the busyness of everyday life, because life can be busy, maybe we just need to start savoring and appreciating the good things, to take time to observe and reflect, even in the busyness. Take one more breath here. And then gently walking the hands back, coming back onto all fours, just scooting the knees back to hip width distance. Let's take 2 cat-cow curls. Inhaling in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you exhale, rounding and arching. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Let's come back to a neutral spine, swinging the ankles out to the side, coming onto your sit bones at the top of the mat, keeping the knees a little bent. Feet are roughly hip width distance. Sitting up nice and tall. Keep width in the collarbones. On the breath in, reach the arms up. And on the breath out, start to engage the core, swinging the arms in front of you, but keeping a softness in the shoulders as you come down. Tuck the chin into the chest to protect the neck. Inhale, you're rising up again. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, rounding down, engaging that core again as much as you want to feel it. One more. Breathing in to reach all the way up. And as you breathe out, you're making your way all the way down, just dropping down onto the mat. Once the core loses its integrity. Once the spine's landed, bring the knees in for a squeeze. Take a gentle rock from side to side. And then dropping the feet down so the 2 big toes are together and the knees are together, making sure the spine and shoulders are resting on the mat. Bringing the arms out to the side, palms facing down. So like in a T shape. Pressing into the palms and the shoulders as you bring the knees into the chest. So we're using our core, and as you exhale, float them over to the left, perhaps gazing to the right for a gentle twist. Inhale, use your core to bring them back through center. As you exhale, over to the right. Do one more on each side in your own breath cycle, using your core to breathe them back into the chest, and then over to one side, And then coming back into the chest again. And then over to the other side. Bringing the knees back into your chest. Bring the arms around them. So wrap the arms and the elbows as you squeeze them into the upper body. Push out through the soles of the feet. If you're wanting a little core, just bring the head up to meet the knee. Take a breath in. Let the breath go. The head gently drops back down. Let's split the knees to mat distance. Shine the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, either holding on to the bottom of the knees or placing the hands on the soles of the feet for happy baby pose. Or you can loop the arms around the calves, place the fingertips on the feet. Really feeling that little pull in the hips, just being gentle on the hips this morning. Either remaining still or taking that gentle rock from side to side. Few more breaths here. And then gently bringing the feet back together, dropping the feet back down onto the mat, but keeping the knees bent. Bringing the arms down by your side so the fingertips are just skimming the heels. On the breath in, reach the arms back and lift the hips up. So you're getting a stretch of the upper body as you lift the hips up. Really grounding with the feet, keeping the knees pointing upwards and forwards. Take a big inhale, push the glutes up a little bit higher. And as you exhale, bring the arms back down by your side as you gently just drop the hips back down. Let the shoulders soften into the mat. This time, keep the hands down by your side, pressing into the palms and the feet and lifting the hips up again for bridge pose. Coming onto the shoulders, if you want a little bit more, interlace the fingertips at the base of the spine. Roll the shoulder blades under as you perhaps push yourself up a little bit higher. Holding it here for 3, 2, 1. And then gently just rolling everything out, lowering the hips down. Just letting the whole of the body settle. Take a breath in, let the breath go. If you want to come into an inversion, supported one, make your way there now, either using your blocks or bolsters, either a bridge again or legs up the wall. You might just want to come down with the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side for butterfly pose. Decide what inversion you want to take and then just hang out here for a few moments. Perhaps even just cherishing and savouring your breath if the mind gets distracted. And as you're in your inversion, know that every moment of your life has an expiry date. And that expiry date for each moment of your life is now. Just as I'm talking, each moment has an expiry date, which is now. Once a moment has passed, it will be gone forever, except in our memories. And perhaps if we let our minds linger on that every moment has an expiry date, perhaps that helps us feel thankful for every moment of our life itself. Mindfulness is simply being present, living a full life by savouring every moment of our life. Take 2 to 3 more rounds of breath in the inversion of your choice without rushing. And once you've taken those rounds of breath, we're just gently making our way out of our inversion and we'll all meet with the legs extended, the whole of the body, the back of the body supported by the mat. Just taking a quick body scan from the crown of the head to the tips of your toes. And as you bring awareness to each part of the body, is just to soften that part into the mat. Even just let the facial features soften, the eye gaze. When you're ready, bring the right knee in for a squeeze. Feel that little pull in that right hip and groin as the right arm comes out to the side, and you use your left palm to take a twist to the left, perhaps turning the chin to the right or just keeping it neutral. Really slowing down that breath in the twist. Breaths, slow breaths and twists. It's almost like they cherish one another. You get the benefit of the twist by slowing down your breath. One more breath. Bringing that right knee all the way back, extending the leg down, adjusting the hips if you need to by lifting them up. And this time the left knee comes into your chest, the left arm comes out to the side. And take a twist over to the right, perhaps turning the chin to the left or just keeping it neutral. Again, slowing down the breath perhaps a little more. One more breath. Bringing everything all the way back round to center, extending the left leg down. Bring the arms overhead, interlace the fingertips, and then cross the ankles over and lock the feet. So the sole of one foot is pushing against the top of the other foot as you take a full body stretch, really stretching the limbs away from each other, and inhale in. And as you exhale, you just soften the body out of the stretch. Let's do one more like that. Breathing in, pulling the arms, pulling the feet away from each other, and a long sigh out as you soften the body, either uncrossing the ankles, coming into the final resting pose of Shavasana, or taking any other stretches you feel to take. So wherever you are doing the practice, just make yourself comfortable, and I'll guide you back in when it's time to come back in. For now, just get comfortable, rest the body. If the mind should wander, just simply notice, almost like you're just congratulating yourself for noticing that it's wandering, rather than giving yourself a hard time.
I know the money's tight, this might sound crazy, but we should book a flight somewhere amazing. We only got one life, so let's not waste it. I'm talking about tonight. What you say, baby? We could lay low in a breeze, that golden sand, or just take it easy in the south of France. We could wander forever and never be found. I was lost in your love when the sun goes down. Lost in your love when the sun goes down. I've been feeling kinda stuck in the same location. Let's get a couple stamps in these passport pages. No, I don't really care about the destination. Yeah, I just want you there, that's all I'm saying. We could dance all night in Rio at Carnival, drink too much tequila and forget it all. We could wander forever and never be found. Long as I'm lost in your love when the sun goes down. Lost in your love when the sun goes down.
Notice whether the breath you're on is an inhale or whether it's an exhale. Notice the thoughts perhaps running through your mind. Notice the quality of your mind. Notice how the body's feeling as it's lying on the mat. Know that life is fleeting. Can you cherish each minute, each hour, and each year? Can you stay awake but continue to dream? Can you not waste your days consumed with fear? Can you live a selfless life? Can you embody love? Our lives are like water. The harder we hold on, the faster it starts to disappear. If you're wanting to stay lying down, then stay lying down. Otherwise, perhaps bring the knees in for a squeeze as you make the transition over to one side in a little fetal posture. As you take a pause there, my invitation is to pay attention to the everyday, ordinary things. When we pay attention, these are some of the most beautiful things that our heart remembers. If you're coming up into a seated posture, make your way there, but keep the eye gaze closed. If you're choosing to lie down, then just settle yourself a little deeper into your mat. Whether you're seated or lying down, just soften the body into its posture. Notice the breath again. Know that life is made up of special moments which make it worth living. There are many cherished moments that are missed due to the stress and fast pace of daily living. Perhaps we just need to slow down and remember how precious it is simply to be alive and to love. As we bring our hands to our heart space, to cherish others, how do we do that? By first cherishing ourselves and all that we have, by cherishing our whole life as it is. To cherish every moment, to embrace every possibility, and to love every memory. And with all the rain that we've had, I'll leave you with this beautiful thought of cherishing life itself. It simply says, some people feel the rain, others just simply get wet. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us for Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you've enjoyed the class. Please subscribe and make sure if you have any questions, please send an email, get in touch some way. Once again, thank you and have a great day.